Hello, welcome back to My Sheep Know My Voice. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the power in the pause. There is power in the pause. Pause referring to a moment of reflection, a moment I'm not doing anything to respond to what is currently happening in the moment, in the situation. So there's power in that moment where you take that pause. And many times we react. Okay, so if we take that pause without saying anything, without doing anything, there's power there to make right decisions. There's power there to say the right things or not to say anything at all, not to do anything. The power comes as we take that moment to reflect on what is going on, to try to think about what the other person, if there's another person involved, may be thinking, maybe feeling, the why behind it. And then the pause, obviously, to seek the Lord about it. You know, what is God saying to me through this? What is God doing in this? What does God want me to do? How does God want me to respond? And so we gain power over the quick reaction. We gain power over our loose lips, speaking things that we shouldn't. We gain power over anger that wants to rise up in us and fuel in us an offense. Okay, these are the things that can cause us to go down the wrong road. And so it keeps our thinking in line. And so there's power in that moment. And so a few verses to go along with that I wanted to read. Ecclesiastes 7:9, which says, "Be not quick in your spirit to become angry, for anger lodges in the heart of fools." And so when we're angry about something and we stay angry about it, it takes root in us. And then it causes us to think in a way that maybe God doesn't want us to be thinking. It may cause us to speak and have conversations with others that we may not be of God, may not be what we should be saying. Or consider when you say things that are negative about people or situations, institutions, we're tainting the other person's thought process about that very thing. And is that what God wants us to do? Because in the long run, are we going to change our mind about how we're feeling? Are we going to have a different perspective? So we always want to think about taking that pause. And in sports, we always were told, 24 hours. Don't say anything to the coach. If you're upset about something, wait 24 hours. If you feel the same way, if the emotions are still as strong, then, make an appointment. And so I've learned that is helpful. And, you may get that email at work and it ticks you off, or you get a text from someone and you read it the wrong way and you respond, and it causes this spiral of back and forth potentially. And so you always want to pause, get clarification, think about it. Sometimes not responding is your best way, because it could cause the person who spoke the words, sent the email, sent the text, to rethink what they said. Okay? A couple other verses to go along with that. Proverbs 15:4, "A gentle tongue is a tree of life, but perverseness in it breaks the spirit." And you don't want to be breaking the spirit of another person by your actions, by what you say. You want to be in line with what God wants you to speak. Okay? James 1:19 through 20, "Know this, my beloved brother, let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, slow to anger, for the anger of man does not produce the righteousness of God." And so we want to be in the production of righteousness of God in our lives, right? And so taking the pause, the power that is in that pause cannot be understated, okay? And I want to just reflect lastly on the story of Esther, because she definitely took a pause, right? Her people were in dire straits, on the brink of being annihilated, and all by the hand of her husband, the king. And so Mordecai comes to her and tells her and says, "You're going to have to say something. You're going to have to do something." And so instead of acting rashly Instead of making quick decisions, she paused, and she asked all her people to pause and to fast and pray for 3 days so that she could go before the king without a chip on her shoulder. She could go before the king with a peace and a calmness and a confidence to speak what she needed to speak and to unveil what was going on so that the king could see it properly. And so, God gave her strategy because she took that pause. And so I just want to encourage you with that today. Maybe you're in a moment where you need to pause. And thinking about this for the future, that when you have those moments of wanting to react, don't make a knee-jerk decision. Don't speak what's the first thing on your mind. Take that pause, because in it you will receive power from the Lord. Okay? So be blessed today.